toxic mom stole my childhood by forcing me to care for my brother. And now she demands I sacrifice my future too. My little brother, Charles, was born with medical problems and wasn't expected to live as long as he has. When I was younger, after he was born, I was too scared to play with him out of fear of hurting him, accidentally pulling out one of the tubes or disconnecting the wires attached to him. As he started to grow stronger, things improved, but then his and my sister's dad abandoned us. Long story short, we found out their dad is not mine, thanks to Ancestry DNA. That's when things took a downturn. I love my little brother. I got along with him better than I did with our sister, who was the middle child while I was the oldest. But when I was 9 years old, after their dad abandoned us, my mom leaned heavily on me. She taught me how to give my brother his medicine, how to put an ink tube in his nose, how to fill the bag with his special formula, how to change his diaper, and so on, things a 9-year-old shouldn't have to do. I also had to stop believing in things that all children still believed in at that age because my mom told me they weren't real. Meanwhile, my sister and brother got to keep believing in them until they were old enough to know better. As I grew older, she put more responsibilities on me, making me the one in charge of getting my brother on the school bus when he was old enough and making sure my sister got to her school while I was in middle school. I remember one time I rushed to get my brother ready because I had overslept and literally handed him to the school bus assistant without his shoes, apologizing profusely. I then fought to try to wake my sister, but she wouldn't get up. I decided that if I didn't want to miss my bus, I had to go. My sister could walk to school. On mornings when I had to walk with her, I'd get on my school bus at her school stop. When I didn't, I'd get on at the stop by our house. When I got home that day, I was yelled at because my mom got a call from the school officer about my sister missing too much school. I asked my mom, "So you'd rather I miss school to make sure she gets to school?" My mom replied, "Yes, you don't miss school, so I won't go to jail for you missing school once in a while." That hurt. My education was less important than ensuring her other kids got to school. By high school, my mom wasn't working because she didn't want to. I was working weekends at a flea market to help support the house since she couldn't get AFDC benefits without working. She sat in her room all day, only coming out to cook dinner, while I came home from school or work to clean the house, take care of my brother, and care for the animals she brought into the home. I wasn't allowed to do anything after school because I had to take care of my brother. By 11th grade, I was burned out. Between school, house chores, which I was solely responsible for, working and caring for my brother and animals, I had enough. Missing school 2 days a week to go to dialysis with my brother didn't help. I was exhausted and dropped out of school and quit my job because I couldn't do it anymore. Close to my 18th birthday, my mom told me I was giving one of my kidneys to my brother because I was a perfect match. I hated being told that but was going to do it, until I found out that due to my own medical issues and being underweight, there was an 8.66% chance I wouldn't survive. If I did, I'd need constant care afterward. That was my breaking point. When I turned 18, I moved out and away from her and my siblings because I couldn't put others first anymore. Update 1. I can't go fully no contact with my mother. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to find out how my brother is doing or see him and my godfather. Also, let's not wish death on anyone. Yes, my mother is a horrible mother, and she has recognized and admitted that to people. I only talk to her because she is the guardian of my brother. The only reason I would go to her funeral would be to make sure she is actually dead. It greatly upsets me that she realizes how awful she was but won't do anything to fix it. Instead, she just makes it worse. Regarding my sister, she and I are low contact to no contact because we can't be around each other for long without fighting. These fights used to escalate into full-on fistfights. I went no contact with her after my oldest niece yelled, "Don't hurt my mom." That's when I realized I was choking my sister out in self-defense. That fight started because she hit our little brother on the back of his head. When we were younger, I was always her punching bag because our mother wouldn't get her into therapy. The excuse for allowing her to hit me was, the doctor says she does it because she's comfortable expressing herself with us. Yet, if I even tried to do something similar, I would get in trouble and beaten by our mother. My sister and I only started talking again after she agreed to attend a therapy appointment with me. Afterward, she decided to get therapy for herself. She even admitted that I wasn't the problem when we were younger and that our mother was. Therapy has allowed us to work through things. Yes, CPS was called countless times, but every time, they left us with our mother. By middle school, my mother was forcing me to help keep my brother, the moneymaker as I called him, at home because she benefited financially from his SSI and charity support. She manipulated me by saying, "If you don't help, you'll never see your brother again because he'll go into a group home. Your sister will get adopted because she's cute, and you'll be left alone." She added that if she fought to get us back, she would only fight for my sister and brother and ensure I never knew how they were doing. When I returned after living with my sister and brother's dad for 2 years, I told her I wanted to go back to him. Her reply was the same manipulation. "If you go back, you'll never know how your sister and brother are doing. CPS is truly a joke. I've seen children taken from good, loving homes while kids like me slipped through the cracks." Update 2. Our mom tried to tell my sister she couldn't make decisions for my brother. My sister replied, the I can't. I have years of power of attorney POA over him. I can do what's in his best interest. Frankly, if it weren't for me having this POA, my name would have put our brother in a nursing home long ago and you in one too. Our mom hasn't taken care of her health at all but has continued to care for my brother, likely because of the financial benefits she receives for being his caretaker. Thankfully, I no longer have to worry about my brother. After talking to my sister, I found out she had already set up plans for his care. She didn't plan to tell me until it happened, but when it does, she'll inform me where he is so I can visit and contact him. My sister also promised to talk more with me about the situation because she hadn't realized how much our mother was keeping me in the dark. Final notes. My mom's family doesn't like her and only tolerates her because of my brother, who they all care about deeply. When we were younger, they tolerated her because she had all three of us. Thank you to everyone for the advice. It helped me finally have this conversation with my sister and find peace knowing my brother's future is secured.